Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, we actually have some pretty bad news, but also maybe good news depending on how you kind of go and see it, depending on the audience that watches this and all this in between. Where right now we're seeing some pretty big news coming out over here for the GTA 6 game, where we're seeing kind of maybe a worrisome trend. Now, as you guys do or do not know, my channel, I think we do cover a lot of PlayStation news, console news, etc. And if you guys will follow that, or you guys are console users, this might be actually great news for you guys. And I'm kind of cool with it too myself because I have my own console. But as well, I also do have that deep, dark secret I never want to admit to you guys, but I do go and say, especially up in the Twitch stream or whatever, is I'm a PC gamer at heart. Now, I love consoles. I have all the consoles. I'm also a PC guy. But right now, it seems like there's been a big, even bigger trend now, even confirmed and even talked about as of today, that, well, GTA 6 might not be coming on PC, at least on the initial launch. And this is some kind of big and rough news. We're going to talk about this, where maybe some really good news for people on, like, say, the PlayStation Network, where it seems like they actually have a massive priority onto the consoles themselves. And quite a few other various stories, too, as well, such as Disney breaking their silence. A few other kind of big things, too, let's go talk about all throughout the video. So make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on. We have the $500 or PS5 Slim giveaway as well, so subscribe with the notifications on, or check out the Twitter links and Twitch for the bonus follows, all linked down below, and give me your thoughts and comments as well. Like I said, I know a lot of my audience is also on the PlayStation or console side, and of course, too, some of you guys also might be PC bros as well, so I just want to see who kind of goes and, well, thinks about it. So first and foremost, we have been seeing nothing but insane love when it comes to Grand Theft Auto, or as of right this second, this trailer is in the hundreds of millions of views. This trailer has been going insane. I think a lot of people want to go and play this game, and obviously, based on how the YouTube algorithm also works, this game will be seen everywhere. Like, this is going to be a pretty big game, all things considered. So the launch trailer right now is over 100 million views, and people are excited for this game. It's been kind of a big media wave as well for these past few weeks, but at the same exact time, we've just been seeing a lot of folks who played GTA 5, people who still play GTA 5, and it's one of the biggest and highest grossing games in the entire, well, pretty much planet, I feel like at this point. But as you guys can probably go and tell, this game has been nothing but crazy. They have had confirmations, this is kind of where the controversy starts, that they will say that the game will launch on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, and S in 2025. Now, we've also been seeing a lot of talks in the PlayStation 5 Pro as well, maybe doing a simul launch or having the PlayStation 5 Pro launching at the same exact time, and then basically having a chance for it to be utilized and having like 4K 60 FPS and bigger draw distance and all of that, which is cool. Like, I could see that, and apparently some Rockstar devs may already have a PlayStation 5 Pro. But one of the bigger things to note, and still to this date, and it's been rumored a lot these past few days, is that it might not be coming on PC. Now, to kind of go and fingers crossed in this one, I really hope it is a simul launch, but for some odd reason, I don't think it will. Now, if you missed it, there has been a big issue, number one, with GTA 5 being ported in the future to console. This is the prior game, prior generation, took a while to actually get ported, but as well, don't forget it also was on the PS3, and then to PS4, then to PS5. So there's also like this weird staggered launch, where they basically want to maybe have folks on consoles go in and get the game first. And it's been a big controversy the past week or so, and I'm sure you guys maybe heard murmurs about it. But one of the bigger things to note is that we're also now seeing confirmation that the PlayStation seems to be getting priority. Now, for my channel community, I think that's good. I have a PlayStation. I don't think I would mind buying GTA 6 and maybe even potentially buying it a second time. I'm not the biggest fan of that. I don't think I like it per se. I'd rather have the game be simultaneously launched. I buy it on PC because it's kind of like my preferred console, and we go from there. But sadly, it doesn't really seem like that's going to happen. So we now have had actually that kind of a cool PlayStation post stating, former Rockstar animator says that PlayStation is the lead platform for development because they prioritize what sells. Most of the time, PlayStation was the big seller. And that kind of makes me sad. Both happy for the PlayStation folks. I have a PlayStation, I'm not too sad about it, but maybe for the PC crowd, which I'm a part of as well, and I'd probably prefer, in all honesty. Saying Mike York, who worked at Rockstar Games on titles like GTA 5 and Red Dead Redemption 2 in his recent video. Most of the time, especially in the past, PlayStation was a big seller. PlayStation was the console to have. It sold more than any other console for the most part, and everyone is playing on PlayStation. Right now, this is why a lot of folks are assuming there's going to be a PlayStation 5 like combination, whether it's like a big like bundle or just being released at the same exact time in combination or whatever it might be, marketing pushed together, because don't forget Rockstar is technically independent in regards to like not being owned by Sony or Xbox. So what the developer would do is they would focus all their energy on making sure the PlayStation port and the PlayStation game worked really well. Then they would kind of port off to an Xbox. Usually they do at the same time. When I was working over on GTA 5, for instance, we were concentrating on the PS3 at Xbox at the time, but we were mainly pushing the PS3 to the limit went because the PS3 was kind of a better hardware at the time to use memory and other things. Now, like I said, this is good for the PlayStation users. If you guys have a PlayStation, right now the PlayStation 5 is the console leader. It is selling more on PlayStation. More consoles are being bought that are on the PlayStation market. Doesn't mean Xbox is bad, doesn't mean Xbox is rough, doesn't mean Game Pass is rough, but it also means that they may want to even go and prioritize PlayStation even over PC. Now, I'm a PC guy too. I'd probably want to, like I said, prefer to buy this game on PC. But it does kind of seem like we're seeing multiple ports now that they just want to prioritize PlayStation. They're saying. And so we put all of our energy into that, optimizing best we can for that console. Then we kind of port that version to the Xbox simultaneously. We're working on both versions and testing them. The PC version is kind of the version that's in the background, that's running the two versions and building them. So it kind of seems like they prioritize the PlayStation 5. They make sure the PlayStation 5, because the market leader, does better. And then with that, they kind of use that same console technology because it's probably similar for Xbox. And same in terms of optimization, specs they could have, and like the limitations. They go port over the Xbox. They launch at the same exact time, pretty much. And then PC, because it's like a combination of the two, because it is different architecture, can be pushed a little bit to more extremes in terms of graphics, frame rates, or whatever it might be. And also PCs are a little bit more various and more wide in terms of what you can have. You can kind of go from there. When you want to port the game, let's say you got the game looking really good on PlayStation, it's playing really good, it has good FPS, very few bugs, and it's ready, you release it to the public. Well, now you can start focusing then on the PC port. So this is why things get a little bit sketchy. Because I want it on PC, I want a simul-launch, and I feel like with all these years in time, they should be able to go do it. But at the same exact time, this leads to the part 2 where people are critiquing Rockstar. Were they trying to go and try to double dip? And that has seemed like they've done this before, and sometimes other game companies do it as well, where they try to basically give like, hey, here's this 1 year long window. Maybe even PlayStation sometimes does it too with their own releases. Play a game on PlayStation, and then 2 years later, if you guys want, we'll throw you the freebie on PC. You probably won't get to buy the game on PlayStation or have a console then, so let's go release it on PC and see what happens. And that kind of seems like that's a big thing. And this is why I'm a little bit concerned, because this GTA 6 delay is getting rough. Saying GTA 6 on PC will likely take a while, with the PlayStation 5 taking priority. I think this is good for PlayStation users. I'm cool with this. I have a PlayStation. I'm not against this. But for PC people, it's going to be rough. And they're saying that Rockstar focuses on what sells as well. So kind of like just a re-highlight of what we kind of just covered over here from the topic. But it is a big thing to go and note, because they know that PlayStation's the big seller. They know putting stuff like this maybe 2 years, 3 years into it on a PlayStation Plus gets even more random sales or random microtransactions or whatever it might go and be. And it makes honestly a lot of sense. Like there's like over probably I'd say 40 million PS5 users, probably over 50 million easy by the time GTA 6 comes out, especially if you factor in a PS5 Pro, and it does seem like this is going to be their big priority. And as of right now, developers are already stating this. Like this is from a developer who's worked at Rockstar themselves. Like this is them confirming it and talking about it. This is probably going to be a consistent factor then at the end of the day. So it's crazy. Say York goes on to explain that the popularity incentives lead developers to ensure the port of the dominant platform works really well, PlayStation. In this case, that's PlayStation. Though Xbox will still be worked on too as well, and they keep on saying that they want to concentrate on these things, as we kind of talked about in the prior videos. So it's crazy to go and see. Like they didn't say it was like non-existing, so I'm hoping that the PC version's working, but it does really seem like there's going to be a delay. There's always a PC version of the game, but it's not as quite polished. It's just feeding the other games and then making them work. The attention turns to the PC port once the console versions have been shipped and they're confirmed and they're making money and they're all out. And once that new game is out, the question is really about how much they want to polish it, how much they care about it, and if they want to take it to the next level. And then say when the developer goes into the PC port part of the process, what they're going to do is that they now have new ideas to push things. For instance, they might go into a scene and say, oh, we could have it on PC now. We could have a little bit more memory. So we could add more fog, or maybe add rain effects, or add maybe different types of lightings, more characters, or anything small things that kind of make it a little bit bigger, or have different things like more, they even say different things like adding in more characters, or they could populate the better foliage, have animals in it, have better lighting, have moonlighting, whatever. Because the PC hardware, depending on the PC you have, is going to be able to run it better, so they'll be able to go optimize it better too as well. So it does kind of seem like right now the priority stake is PlayStation is going to be the number one, PC is like the afterthought, but might also be better, and Xbox is kind of being worked in tandem when it comes to GTA 6. A little bit of a quick news as well is that Disney also wants to maybe still push up for Knights of the Old Republic remake, and this is kind of been a big game that's been looming for a very long time. I think a lot of folks have been waiting for some pretty cool brand new games like this, myself included, so I think at the end of the day I can't wait to see more Disney and Star Wars games too as well, and I just want to see more games in general. But the GTA is probably the bigger news, so I'm going to go wind on that one. We'll have a lot more videos all throughout the next few days, so make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on for the PS5 giveaway or $5 giveaway. We have the Twitter link down below. Same with the Twitch. You guys want those bonus entries, probably live up on Twitch right now. And I appreciate you guys all so much for watching here in the first place.